The Popcorn Model of Innovation by Herger. And that's me. Thomas Alva Edison was certainly one of the greatest American inventors of all time. Over 1,000 patents were filed under his name. He is known for inventions like the light bulb that he holds in his hand, or the phonogram, or also the movies. Thanks to him, we enjoy today Hollywood movies. He had even the first movie studio ever. But contrary to popular belief, he was not the lone genius. He actually worked with a whole team of people. His laboratory staff here from Menlo Park, that you can see, worked with him day and night on those things, tested out stuff, failed, looked at different materials, improved the things that they had invented, and filed together with him all these patents. Now, this is not what we typically have in mind of innovation. Typically, we think an inventor is somebody who sits alone in his studio, the laboratory, does the stuff, crazy pointed white hair, and comes out overnight with this big idea that changes the world. This is a picture of Nikola Tesla, who was also an inventor and lived at the same time as Thomas Alva Edison. They in fact were competitors, but there was a large difference between them. Nikola Tesla lacked a couple of qualities that Thomas Alva Edison had. Thomas Alva Edison was really somebody also who was able to talk with people, to be socially connecting with them. He was also the entrepreneur who knew how to run a business, how to manage his staffers. While Nikola Tesla was always at odds with people, was very upset about things, and was a difficult person to deal with. In the next hour, we will be hearing a lot about different qualities that make innovation happening. Now, one of the first things to know is innovation can be happening at certain places. And those places are typically those places where people are coming together and can exchange ideas. Like at the ancient trade routes or at the modern trade routes. When you look at this map from the Roman Empire, you see of how the trade flowed through this region. Yeah, the trade path, where the ships were going, where the ports were, where they came together. And those were also the places where not just products came down together and were exchanged, but also ideas and brought to other regions. The 15th century in Europe was certainly one of the most significant times in history for that region, because back then people started to think differently about themselves and the world, and not just think about it, but also try to verify and create models that they had. Prior to that, religion influenced a lot and was the absolute truth. But once they started mathematical models, had instruments to observe, they figured out actually that a lot of the stuff that we thought is the truth was wrong. The Earth was not the center of the universe. The Earth, in fact, rotated around the Sun. And the Sun, who knows where the Sun is rotating around? So this revolution brought a lot of new ideas that came up there, including the printing press. The printing press itself, a meta-invention which helped to accelerate other inventions. I'm a Viennese, and in Vienna, coffeehouse culture is very important. And as you can imagine, a coffee house is also something where a lot of ideas can be exchanged. So this is a typical coffee house setting from the 1900s, where you see all these gentlemen, notice no women in there, we're sitting around and not just consuming coffee. A coffee house is actually not really a place where you drink a lot of coffee, but you have a well-assorted list of newspapers, national, international, magazines there that you can read while you drink one coffee. And of course, when you sit here with other people, like you can see here, you can discuss those ideas and maybe start a revolution, start a new business. All places where people have to live very closely together, including cities and urban slums, are places where not only diseases are spread, but also ideas. Who knows what ideas came out from those places here, yeah? Where people with probably different skills that complemented each other came together, discussed something, figured out, okay, you know what, let's do laundry, yeah? And then the others came up with a better idea for cleaning stuff, and suddenly you have new products, new ideas, new businesses spreading from those places. Today, spreading ideas and coming together is not just limited anymore on high-density cities, urban slums, or coffee houses. No, of course, today the internet is such a place where people from all over the globe can come together, exchange ideas, work together on stuff, as we can see in the open source movement, and not just create new software and foster new ideas and change morals and cultures in different regions of the world. There are also new businesses coming out, and traditional businesses have troubles actually on catching up with what's happening there. This is one of these stories of how innovation today happens.